Welcome to the channel. Nice for you to join us. We're still talking about the character and love of God. A lot of people have misconceptions about God. Some people even say, well, there is no God. You know, well, the people who say there is no God, well, then how can they even debate Christians if there is no God? They're just stardust, right? So they shouldn't even debate Christians, but we'll get to that in a minute. What we're focusing on is the character and love of God. What is love? And why evil exists in the world today? Evil and good. And why God, if there is a God, why would He allow it? You know, uh, like free will, for instance. But, sweetheart, my wife has joined me today. She's going to be asking some questions.
What?
Yeah, just go ahead and ask some questions there.
Okay, what is the definition of love?
The definition of love. Well, I mean, I could tell you guys all day long, but we have to go to the Word of God, which is the ultimate authority. Like John the Baptist said, there's only one authority, and that is Jehovah. So we will look at 1 Corinthians chapter 13. And for those of you who don't know how to locate certain chapters, we will look through here and find it in the table of contents, the very beginning. Let's see here. And sweetheart, would you want to?
No.
No. Okay. First Corinthians, and that is on page 396. Okay. First Corinthians. We'll just flip through really quick. Well, there is First Corinthians right there. And we'll flip to chapter 13. That's the big number. You can tell it's in the New Testament. And there's chapter 12, chapter 13. And this says, though I speak with tongues of men and of angels, and have not love, I am become as a sounding gong. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understanding of all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, that's faith in God, so that I could remove mountains, and have not love, I am nothing. See, love is the basis. Remember the last time on the last video, I said God is love. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned as a martyr, as some Christians have in the Roman times, it profiteth me nothing unless I have love. Love suffers long and is kind. Love envieth not. Love vaineth not itself. It is not puffed up. That means it's not boastful. It doesn't have pride. Does not believe itself unseemingly. it seeketh not its own. In other words, it doesn't have self-love. It's not all about itself. It's about others. It's not easily provoked, meaning it's not, love doesn't anger quickly. It doesn't think of any evil. In other words, there was a pastor that once said on the radio, anything that's done outside of love is sin. It's outside the borders of love. Remember the last video that we were on here. Love has boundaries. You know, outside of those boundaries is evil, sin, suffering, and all that. It rejoices not in iniquity, that is sin, but rejoiceth in truth. Beareth all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endureth all things. In other words, love is positive. It's not negative. Love never fails. And that's the end of the definition there. You can read on, even on on verse 13, and it talks about other things about love. But that's the definition of love. But let's get into it more. Love is allowing, when God created mankind and even angels, He gave them freedom to choose to love Him. That's also dangerous. That's beautiful, but it's dangerous at the same time, because Lucifer questioned his laws of love and his government. Lucifer, the devil, thought that he could run the universe better than God. And you know, as we said last time, if a man makes a computer, he knows that computer. He knows how it is. Now, what would be the next question you have, sweetheart?
Yeah, why should God allow evil and good to play out in the world?
Okay. Well, since Satan is questioning God's love and authority and His laws of love, the whole universe is watching both of them. God is on trial, and Lucifer, Satan, is on trial. They're watching both of them and seeing, and at the end, when God finally says, okay, enough is enough, you know, the universe has seen how evil is and how good is, how evil is, how love is, both sides. Then everyone who doesn't go into heaven, along with Lucifer, the devil himself, will see his and their own destruction. You know, there's nothing good that comes from self-love, from evil, from you know, from all that. And so the only thing that's going to be seen at the end of time, when people see, the thing is, even at the end, God wants to fit you into heaven. He wants to fit you in His love, because He is love. He doesn't want to force you into heaven if you don't want to go. Lucifer right now would not be happy in heaven That's why he was kicked out, because he just wouldn't be happy there. He questions God's love. He questions God being love. So, yeah, hopefully I answered that. And of course, in future videos, we'll expound upon stuff like this. What's the other question you had?
So how do we know there is a God?
Well, it's evident in everything. It's like there's a famous Baptist Christian scientist that I know, Kent Hovind, was talking to an evolutionist, which is also an atheist. He not only believes the Big Bang Theory, but the evolutionist he was talking to not only believes in the Big Bang Theory, but he believes in. He doesn't believe there's a God. We just happen on. We're just stardust, you know. So Kent Hovind asking about a merry-go-round. You know, these kids are playing on a merry-go-round. It's spinning, and so if it's spinning faster and faster, and then all of a sudden all the kids fly off. Well, what direction are they going to go? No, and they're going to go in the same direction when they fly off the merry-go-round. Kent Hovind said, "Did you know that there's whole planets spinning backwards? How can that happen? If it was a Big Bang Theory, it was just spinning, and then everything happened from nothing, boof, like that. Why are planets spinning backwards? They should be spinning the same direction as all the other planets, right? And on their axis, but they're not. I believe that God did that on purpose to show that He exists. Plus, the human body is it's like a universe in itself. Matter of fact, universe is one single spoken sentence, a closed unit. Universe. It's let there be. It's enclosed place. Scientists say, well, we're finding more universe being created. Really? Or are you just finding more that's been out there for eons? So, anyway, I'm new at this, and so hopefully I'll get better at answering the questions. There's still more to talk about, even on the questions that have been asked about God, about evil, and this concludes this session. All right, it's at the end.